Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I'll try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually under the radar. Not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research. Try them for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have another unboxing and first impression for you, and this is the House of Chopard. House of Chopard is a Swiss-based jewelry maker. They've been around for more than 100 years, and they obviously their main business is jewelry. They got a boutique in, I think is in Bern, Switzerland, or anyway somewhere in Switzerland, and they make high-end jewelry for very expensive clientele. And since since 80s I think they started to venture into perfumes, and they have many perfumes in their lineup. Right now if you go through our website, they have altogether maybe around 30 or 40 perfumes, both for ladies and men. And there is a line they have, this called Imperial line, which is a little bit high-end. It's like their niche brand of their own Chopard perfumes, and this one is from that line, which is called Imperial. I think in this line they have about 5 perfumes altogether. This one is called Chopard Imperial Iris Malika. So they have Maliki, which is for men, which means king, and Malika, which means queen in Arabic, is for the ladies one. So this one is aimed for ladies. Let's see how it goes. But this one came out in 2022. There's quite a well-known perfumer for it behind it, and also this one retails for £120, but you can find it discounted if you go online and you search it. Usually you can find it discounted. I bought half of that price, so let's see how it goes for that price. But before I do the unboxing, please, if you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable or entertaining, please don't forget to hit those buttons. This way help me, encourage me, motivate me to bring you perfumes like this in future that nobody else is talking about. Amazing value for money, they smell great, and they could be a hidden gem. Also, if you are interested in purchasing one of my own perfumes, I'm a perfumer myself. I make my own line of perfumes. I'm the perfumer, I'm the artist, I'm the worker, I'm the creator. So they are true handmade perfumes just for you lucky people in the United Kingdom. I put more than 60% pure perfume oils in my perfumes, which is unheard of, and that gives them the huge personality, very big, bold, artistic, unique. They are ultra beast mode. They are like time capsule. They take different places different time, and they are super beautiful if I say myself. Also there are other reviews reviewed my perfumes. You can go and check them out if you are interested. Thank you very much as always for your support. Let's go. So it's a nice packaging, nothing over the top, but it's nice, it's quite classy, it's minimalistic, it's simplistic. It's a nice gold box with purple writing. It says Chopard Imperiale Iris Malika EDP 100 ml. In the back it says made in Italy, and also 79% volume, which is 21% oil and some water in there. So it should be interesting. So let's see the bottle. Wow, look at this. The bottles are gorgeous. So the packaging, they're when I unboxed and reviewed a few of them before, I think at least 4 or 5 Chopards so far, and each of them, their packaging in terms of the box are simple, but they do their job perfectly, which is protecting the bottle. But their bottles are beautiful. The reason is because they have an eye for detail, because they are jewelry makers first and foremost. So that's why when you see their bottles, they are very nice. Look at this gorgeous rectangular bottle with so many facets, and it's like a diamond shape, and it's a very deep purple color to it. Very nice metal plaque here. The cap is very heavy glass, and the glass itself is quite heavy, and the atomizer is gold and modern. And here we go. Wow, look at that. Although it's not pressurized, but it's almost there. It's very, very good quality atomizer. So here we go. First impression for the Chopard Imperial Iris Malika EDP 100 ml, aimed for ladies, and let's see how it goes. Here we go. First impression. Wow. The first thing that hits me is the sweetness of it. So it's very sweet. At least vanilla and Tonka Bean, if not more. So there's a vanilla, there's a Tonka Bean, and the combination of Tonka Bean and vanilla here makes it very sweet. But the sweetness in here are grounded with so many other players and so many other notes and chords, and that grounds the sweetness. So the sweetness is big, but it's grounded, and it doesn't let it so run away. So it's not a runaway sweetness. It's not giving you a headache. It's not one of those giving you sick feeling and things like that. So that's a good news. There's quite a famous perfumer for it, which is mentioned in Fragrantica, and the perfumer is Dora Baghriche. Sorry if I'm butchering her name. Sounds like Italian to me. So I checked her resume, and she's done so many perfumes which are quite well known. But she's done many of their Chopard perfumes. I think at least about 10 Chopards. So she's not a house perfumer, I don't think, but she's done many Chopards, and also other brands. She's done many perfumes for them. So she's quite a experienced, quite a well-known perfumer. Not one of those household names, but in the fragrance community she's quite well known. And that is the thing, when you have a knowledgeable experience, somebody knows what they're doing behind the perfume, you can smell it. You can smell in the construction of the perfume, you can smell it in the pyramid of the perfume. You can see that its depth and complexity is there. This one is deep and complex perfume. So apart from the sweetness, which are mainly coming from those Tonka Bean and vanilla together in here, which is, by the way, very smooth, very rounded, very well put together, very well blended, and also is very high quality ingredients in here. Smells gorgeous. Wow, big floral. So I'm smelling big floral. Definitely there is an iris, as the name suggests in here, but the iris in here is not a type of iris which is utilized in Dior Homme family. So that is a different iris in here. The iris in here is more like a traditional iris rather than a modern iris. And the traditional iris is soft, is a little bit soapy, is a little bit clinical, is a little bit it's clean, and also it giving that powdery feel overall. So this fragrance is quite powdery, is a little bit soapy, and also there is a big aspect of floral, which is multi-dimensional. I'm smelling rose in here as well. Definitely there is a rose, if not rose, maybe geranium, maybe peony, something in that vein. So it is quite rosy to my nose, but the rose is behind the iris. So the iris is first and foremost, and then the rose. And also there is a white floral aspect to this fragrance, which I'm smelling a big orange blossom in here. Yeah, there's an orange blossom, maybe there's a jasmine in here as well. So the light florals plus the iris plus the rose making it very floral. So this fragrance is very floral. It is aimed for ladies, and yes, it is correct. It is very floral, and it's fruity as well, and it's sweet. But to my nose, this is quite unisex. Anybody can wear it, ladies and men, no problem. The only thing is it leans a little bit on the feminine side of things. So if you are a man and you like this kind of perfumes, this is a perfectly wearable perfume for men as well. As always, I mention these things on regular basis in my videos. Perfume, scent, fragrances don't have gender. Similar to food, similar to color, similar to everything in life, like music. Music doesn't have gender, food doesn't have gender, color doesn't have gender. So why smell has gender? The reason is because since 1920s we've been conditioned to think smell have gender, but in reality they don't. For thousands of years perfumes were perfumes, but it was exclusive too rich and powerful, but it doesn't matter women and men. But since 1920s, the companies started to divide and rule, or divide and sell more, and that's why we think perfumes have gender, but in reality they don't. Simple as that. That is, you like a perfume, wear it. If you don't like a perfume, don't wear it. As simple as that. The rest of it is marketing BS. Okay, so it is unisex to my nose, 50-50, but leaves a little bit on the feminine side, but anybody can wear it. There is a spicy aspect to this fragrance. Definitely there is a spicy aspect. I'm smelling a little bit of cinnamon, I'm smelling a little bit of the nutmeg in here, and that giving that undertone spiciness. Hint of resin, I'm not sure where is that come from. Little bit of resinous, little bit of sticky, gooey feel to it. Overall, there is an amber chord in here, which is very nicely done, and mainly is a spicy, deep, sticky, resinous, sweet amber in here. So what a perfume, beautiful. So this line of perfume from Chopard, which is called Imperiale, it's a higher end of their perfumery, and it shows in the quality, it shows in the perfumery, which is a much higher quality in here. So let's see what they say in terms of notes breakdown, and this is according to Fragrantica. According to Fragrantica, we have wild berries, spices, pink pepper. We got pink pepper in here. The mid we have iris, Ylang-Ylang, and jasmine. Very interesting. And in the base we have more spices. We have woody notes, benzoin, Peru Balsam, and Tonka Bean. Wow, what a note breakdown. So when you opened up, fruity, yes, but fruitiness of this perfume is nondescript. That means you cannot tell exactly what it is, because it's so amalgamated so well in here. I'm smelling hint of citrus in the beginning, little bit of just citrusy, maybe orange, and also the berries in here making it a little bit more fruity. But what I'm getting is more than berries, is plum. So I'm smelling something plum in here, some fruit, stone fruitiness. So I'm smelling plum, maybe peach. So I'm smelling peach, plum. Berries, yes, but they're not a huge player. Maybe after the plum and the peach, I'm getting a little bit of berry as well. The pink pepper here giving it that fizzy, a little bit of that already peppery feel to it, which is very nice. But the spices are mainly cinnamon and nutmeg in here, which is very giving it that warmth and depth and complexity to the perfume itself. The iris, as I said, this is not a modern iris, is more like a traditional iris, which is a little bit soft, a little bit soapy, clean, clinical, and also a little bit buttery feel to it as well. The Ylang-Ylang here giving it that yellow banana-ish feel, little bit of the as well, and the jasmine here giving it a little bit of that white floral feel behind the iris. But I'm smelling something in the direction of rose, or maybe geranium, or maybe peony in here, which is quite apparent on my skin, but in here they're not mentioning it, so it makes in this perfume quite floral. So it is big on the floral. The base, they say, is more spices, and also they say woody nose. To my nose, it's a cedar sandalwood combination, which is very clean in the base. Benzoin in here, which is giving it that little bit of sweetness, or adds to the sweetness of it. But what they're not mentioning is the vanilla. I definitely smell vanilla in here, and also the Tonka Bean vanilla and benzoin together, giving it that depth of sweetness to this perfume. When you opened up, it opened up around 7 to 8 in terms of sweetness, but at the moment it's subsiding a little bit, maybe a point or two subsiding. So overall, what a beautiful perfume, what an opening, gorgeous opening. I give it 10 out of 10 for that opening. Beautiful fragrance, very well done, very well put together, very good ingredients in here. Smells very expensive, smells like 150-200 pounds plus perfume. Retails for 120 pounds, which is, even for that price, is very good. But even if you can find it for a cheaper price, I bought it for under 60 pounds. That is a bargain. It reminds me a little bit, not too much, a little bit of Shalimar for some reason. Although there is no leather notes in here, and there is no dirtiness in here like a patchouli. It could be there is a patchouli in here, but it is a clean patchouli. But for some reason it reminds me of Shalimar. It's not one-to-one, it's not a copy, it's not inspired by it, but it's got a hint of Shalimar to it overall. So Shalimar by Guerlain. Shalimar by Guerlain is one of my wife's favorite perfumes of all time. She has many bottles of it, and this one, I'm sure when she smells this, she would take this away from me, because she absolutely loves that DNA of Shalimar. As I said, it's not a one-to-one to it, it's not a copy, it's not inspired by it, because it's a little bit different from Shalimar, but it's same category of perfume, if you like. It's a little bit playful, a little bit dirty, a little bit naughty, a little bit on the sensual side of things as well. But this one is a little bit different because of that iris and also the big florals in here, making a hint of a difference from the Shalimar. And also there's not a leather note in here, or there's no leather accord in here. But overall, very beautiful perfume, very well done, well put together. It's very smooth, it's very rounded, it's very deep and dense, and it's very thick, it's very strong. At the moment it's feeling the room, feeling the house, feeling everything. So in the next video I'll let you know the longevity, development and things like that. But for now, absolutely yes. Beautiful fragrance, especially for the price I paid for it. This is a bargain, highly recommended. Let's just give you a rundown what to expect from this beautiful perfume quickly. What the heck is this? Go away. Okay, so it's quite woody, which is in the base we have cedar sandalwood combination, but very clean. In the same time, it's quite smooth, it's quite rounded, and it's quite woody as well. The amber accord in here is quite a deep, dense and spicy and sweet and sticky amber in here, so you need to like this kind of fragrances. It's not an airy amber, it's a very deep and dense amber. The iris in here is a traditional iris, it's not a modern iris, which is quite clean, quite clinical, little bit buttery feel to it, and also a little bit of that powderiness, little bit of dustiness to it overall. Warm spiciness, which is coming from nutmeg and cinnamon combination in here, and a little bit of fruitiness, which is to my nose is a plum, peach, and a little bit of berry as well, and a little bit of balsamic feel to it overall. A little bit of powderiness, definitely this is powdery overall. Yeah, the powderiness of this perfume is on the moderate side, it's not a huge powderiness, so it doesn't go to the realm of baby powder, but it is halfway there, so it is quite powdery. You need to like your powdery perfumes to enjoy it. There's a violet feel to it as well of iris, but the iris is the biggest player. After that is the Ylang-Ylang, after that is the Jasmine, after that is a rose, and also maybe there is a violet as well, and the vanilla and the Tonka Bean plus the Benzoin giving it that beautiful sweetness in the base, and a little bit of hint of earthiness overall to get to it, which is making it a little bit deep and complex. I think there is a patchouli in here, but it's a clean variety of patchouli because it's got a very deep and dense feel to it overall. But what a perfume, what a gorgeous perfume for the price I paid for it. Yes. If you can find it for a good price, highly recommend it. This is one of the best perfumes from the house of Chopard, definitely. I'm going to look at this line of Imperial line to see if I can my hands on more of them, because this is a top-notch quality from House of Chopard. They are absolutely killing it with this perfume. Okay guys, if you have it, if you know it, if you tried it, let us know your experience. That would be useful for others to read. If you have anything else from the House of Chopard and you think everybody else should need to know about it, let us know as well. As always, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your love and support. Don't forget to hit those buttons to help me support me to challenge the infamous YouTube algorithm, which is getting worse and worse. The big player is getting bigger and richer, and the smaller player is getting smaller and poorer, and I'm the second category. I used to get much more views, and now it's getting less and less. Unless you help me with your finger and hit those buttons this way, at least you keep me in this endeavor, keep me going, keep me to survive, to come back for more videos. As always, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your love and support, and I'll see you later. Bye.